Alright folks, but you guys idiot, we are back on Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's go on to chapter number 3, where there has been a riot that has been incited. A riot, that's the last thing we need. Title of Ace, let's hurry there before the situation escalates. Hard labor is one thing, but murder is the last straw. You can't keep us here to be picked off one by one. Okay, everyone calm down. Unless everyone wants Judge Lawson to add a few years to their sentence, I suggest you return to your cells immediately. Oh, these coppers aren't messing about. Let's go, fellas. Wow, I'm glad that's over, Ace. Much obliged, Neutral Race. This murder has everyone rattled, but they've never been this bad. Rest assured, Warden, Neutral Race has everything well in hand. However, I suggest we take another look around the victim's cell before things get any worse. I agree. Ooh, I like that. I like that imagery. Very cool imagery. Ooh, I guess the food's definitely going to be something. Yep. Nice. Some of those prisoners are in lockdown, Ace, but the atmosphere is anything but calm. Just find Kev O'Connell's killer before things get out of hand. The victim's pillow looks like it's been torn apart. Kev could have hidden something inside. I agree, it's worth a look. But a tray of food, Ace? I don't see how Kev's leftovers would be of any use, but if you insist, let's collect the sample. That ledger you picked up appears to be Warren Shingshaw's disciplinary log. Revealing what's written on that faded page could be fruitful, but let's hurry. Interesting. Heavens, Ace, according to that log, Kev O'Connell was a frequent recipient of Warden Shangshaw's disciplinary actions. The victim was constantly called to the warden's office. He must have been in a lot of trouble. The warden didn't mention he seemed to look Kev out for punishment. Let's go ask him why. Well, vacuuming up that leftover food from Kev's tray has revealed a message underneath. Kev, stop blabbing or you'll get it. Stop blabbing. Well, someone must have carved that message to threaten Kev, but who? You're right, Ace. Perhaps that food sample from the victim's tray will provide an answer. Let's send this food file up post haste. There's our infamous 9 hours, followed by that 9 and 15 hour one. What's a gold nugget doing in Kev O'Connell's pillow, Ace? You're right, the victim works on the chain gangs at Gold Mine. Kev must have stolen the gold from there. I wonder if Dorothy McVeigh knows about this. She'd be pretty angry that the victim was pilfering her gold. Let's go find her. So that's why she probably didn't like them as much. Just what I was looking for, Senior Brace, my disciplinary log. Everyone's on reduced rations at that right. I guess that means more chewing tobacco for me. Well, the log is actually what we want to talk to you about, Warden. Kev O'Connell comes up a lot. You didn't mention punishing him so frequently. Oh, you got it all wrong, Senior Brace. O'Connell was regular in my office, but it was for talk, not for punishment. Talk? What do you mean? Kev wasn't exactly a sophisticated conversationalist. O'Connell was a criminal, but he was a scrappy lad. I saw myself in him. So I was getting into fights with other inmates, but I wanted to keep him on the straight and narrow. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger, saith the Lord. Now, if that'll be all, Signature Race, I have behavior reports to fill in after that riot. Andy's right-handed. Well spotted, Ace. Warren Shakeshaw was indeed holding his pen in his right hand. Let's add right-handed to his profile. Are you aware prisoners were stealing from your mind, Miss McBain? Found a gold nugget in Kevin O'Connell's cell. Wait, what? He stole another one? Those wretched criminals always try to steal from the mine, but the guards usually keep them in line. This O'Connell was dumb as an ox. He slipped gold right into his pocket right in front of me, so I gave him the back of my right hand. Intriguing that you say that, since you deny knowing anything about the victim at all. How dare you question my sincerity? I am not the criminal here. Rest assured, nobody steals from a McBain. Nobody. We hope you didn't take the law into your own hands, Miss McBain, because rest assured, nobody gets away with murder. Welcome, Merbos. So, good thing to mention, we are live streaming on Twitch now. The recordings will be uploaded to YouTube as usual, but if you want to be part of the live stream, you gotta head over to Twitch, Secret Agent Ace88. Follow me there. What can you tell us about the sample of food from the victim's tray, Viola? Does it offer any clue about who wrote that threatening message? Well, the sample of the food was chili con carne, Ace, but studying it only served to kill my appetite. You see, there were white particles in the food which I've identified as flakes of dried skin from a person's scalp. In other words, dandruff. Ew, gosh, dandruff was in that food. No wonder he didn't finish his meal. Ah, but the dandruff wasn't the victim's. Put the sample to the DNA machine and discovered that dandruff belonged to a blonde man with brown eyes, but your victim's eyes were green. This brown-eyed blonde must be the one to write the threat on your victim's tray. Well, there's a man matching this description among our suspects, Ace. Colin James. He claimed he hardly knew the victim, but this threat proves otherwise. Mr. James clearly wanted to silence the victim about something. Let's find out what it was. What's up, Colin? Mr. James, Signature Race found your threatening message. Why did you want to keep Kev O'Connell quiet? I suppose there's no sense hiding it now. You already foiled my escape. The truth is, Kev and I were planning on escaping together. We figured we'd have more chance of getting away with the two of us. But he wouldn't stop talking about it. Kev actually bragged about our plan to the other inmates, and I couldn't risk being found out, so I wrote him that message. And because he wouldn't listen, you silenced him permanently? O'Connell was murdered right before your escape. How could I possibly kill Kev? I'm a weakling compared to him. My right hand's stronger than my left, but even at that I couldn't hit him hard enough. But with or without him, I had to escape, so I took my chance when I heard he was dead. We know how desperate you are to get out of prison, Mr. James. Let's just hope you weren't desperate enough to commit murder again. Oh, sure he did. I'm gonna guess he probably did. Kevin O'Connell's reputation as a troublemaker seems to have fallen into prison, Ace, and it may have cost him his life. Dorothy McBain is furious the victim habitually stole gold from her mine. While Colin James threatened Kevin O'Connell to stop gas-bagging about their escape plans. Yet we still do not know had the strongest motive for murder. You're right, Ace. The killer discarded the murder weapon in a bowl of mine. Perhaps that wasn't all they left behind. Let's search the place again. Yeah, I agree. Something. Definitely does. Oh, so close from a star, really? Come on, gimme. Yes, that's what I wanted. Well, there's blood on that rancher's knife, Ace. We know the killer discarded the murder weapon here, too. Could they have dropped this? Kev wasn't stabbed to death, but his finger was severed. Maybe this knife was involved in the murder. Let's get a sample of blood to be certain. And I agree, Ace. A wooden box with a skull on the lid is rather ominous. Let's not waste a second before opening it up. Alright guys, the last two before we arrest this guy. Or a girl. But I'm pretty sure it's a guy. Nice. Ace, let's get this blood sample we collected from the knife to Viola. We need to know what the killer used this during the murder. This stuff, I hate this stuff. Good heavens, Ace. The box has a severed finger in it. You're right, this must be the finger cut off of Kevin O'Connell's hand. It's almost too ghastly to think about. Let's give Dick the finger to see whether it points to the killer. Yeah, let's hope it does. Makes our jobs easier. I've grown accustomed to getting cadavers all at once, Ace. It's highly inefficient for me to look at them one piece at a time. Well, this is hardly a laughing matter, Richard. Quite right, Ace. Now, I'm sure you're anxious for a lead on your kill, so examine your victim's finger closely. Found a fiber of thread under the fingernail. The material must have been ripped from the killer's garment during their struggle with the victim, tearing their clothing. A ripping clue, Ace. Closing on our killer in a torn garment is difficult to hide. Well, I'll get straight to business, Ace. I can confirm that the blood you found on that knife belongs to the victim. So this must be the knife the killer used to cut off Kevin O'Connell's finger. Undoubtedly, Ace. Not only does the blood type match the victim, but there are fragments of bone in the sample. There's another valuable clue floating around that blood. Skin cells that couldn't possibly have come from the victim. As a person ages, skin cells change. Pigment decreases, skin gets thinner. Now, Kevin O'Connell was 20 years old at the time of his death. Well, I've determined that these skin cells come from an individual who is beyond the age of 40, and that must be our killer. Numbers never lie, Ace. We're looking for a killer who's over 40. So it wasn't the guy I thought. Time has come to arrest Kevin O'Connell's murder, Ace. Whoever murdered this prisoner is about to become one. Looks like it's the guard. It's gotta be. My guess is it's probably gonna be you. Nope. I don't see ripped clothing. What? Already? No way. Really? That's shocking right away. Holy cow, I did not think that was going to be the case. Colored me shocked. Well, Jeremiah Shankshaw, you're under arrest for the murder of Kev O'Connell. Me, a murderer? Nonsense. Well, it is preposterous, a man in your position. You know, we found your chewing tobacco on the victim's uniform. Chewing tobacco? Really? Signature Bryce? Everyone in Stonewall uses this stuff, I wager. What about that Bible verse you wrote on O'Connell's ball and chain? We know you're partial to employing spiritual discipline. Well, you're absolutely right. As any God-fearing man knows, it's a sin to take the life of another. And yet you beat up Kevin O'Connell to death, striking him with that metal rod and with your right hand. Well, no, they... Stop lying, Warden Shankshaw. We found your knife, the one you used to cut off the victim's finger. Alright, yes, I killed O'Connell, but I had no choice in Trooper Ace. It was either him or me. They'd have buried me and my family. What do you mean, they? Who are you talking about? The Italians. They wouldn't tolerate an Irish gangster in their prison, so they forced me to eliminate him. Oh, so Stonewall really is being controlled by the Italian mob. Well, it's bad enough you kill for them, but why cut off Kev's finger? Those were my orders. They made me do that as a warning to the other inmates, but that's all I'm saying. I've already told you too much. But you must believe me, I didn't want to do this. I was just protecting my family. Nevertheless, the deed is done. We have no choice but to arrest you for the murder of Kev O'Connell. Warren Shankshot, there's nothing more deplorable than an officer of the law ensnared by the tangled web of crime. You stand before this court accused of murdering Kev O'Connell, who, although a criminal, was under your charge. How do you plead? Guilty, Your Honor. I was a coward giving in to threats and intimidation. I allowed my personal fears to tarnish my integrity. You claim you were ordered to eliminate Mr. O'Connell by the Italians. Do you still refuse to give us any details of their operation? Oh, Judge Lawson, please. I must consider my safety and the protection of my family. Well, the safety of your family is one thing, but I can't say I'm too confident about yours. After years of having authority over prisoners, you're about to become one. I hereby sentence you to 25 years in prison. Yeah, it's what I deserve, Your Honor. I disgraced myself, my profession, and everything I stand for. Poor guy. When it came to Coyote Gordy, I hoped that the claims about the Italians controlling Stonewall Prison would prove to be nothing but hot air, but it seems to be the truth. Sure looks that way, Chief, given that the Warren Shankshot murdered an Irish prisoner on the orders of the Italian mob. This is all very burdensome, and the investigation of this magnitude will surely get in the way of my social engagements. Nevertheless, Ace, if Stonewall Prison is under the thumb of the Italian gang, we must put a stop to it. Yep, and we're going to go to the additional investigation and see what that's all about. In the next video, this has been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.